Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Emma Lefave, and today I'm going to be talking about a bit of a touchy subject for some, and that is the subject of copying. So I haven't really spoke on this before, but I do want to say that what I'm going to say in this video are my opinions on how I feel about people copying my work or taking inspiration from my work. Not all artists are going to feel the same, but I did want to let you guys know my feelings on the topic because it has come up quite a bit in my YouTube career. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, so copying. Now, I know that there's a book, I think it's called like Steal Like an Artist. I heard Jenna Rainey mention it before. I have not read it. I probably should read it. It's probably a good read. But my thoughts on stealing artwork may be a little bit different than others. So my idea of stealing someone's work would be to literally take my video from YouTube, download it, and then upload it to your channel. That to me would be stealing my work. Or say taking, one of my prints or photos from Instagram and taking them and passing them off as your own. That to me is stealing. Now, when it comes to someone creating a video on a topic I have done with even something as similar as colors or composition, that doesn't really bother me. Now, because it doesn't bother me doesn't mean it doesn't bother others, but I'm just letting you know that doesn't really bother me. And the reason why I bring this up is because recently I got a message from one of my very kind, loyal followers who was up in arms because she had said that she saw a few people recreating my Poppy tutorial and passing it off as their own idea without giving me credit. So I asked to see the links that she was looking at of these videos, and I watched them, and I will say that they are nothing like my videos. Are they painting really loose, kind of abstract poppies? Yes. Are they using very similar colors? Yes. Do they have a similar composition? Again, yes. But are they using the same techniques exactly and phrasing it the exact same way I did? Not at all. In fact, their techniques and their process was something that I personally found really intriguing and something that I could learn from. I'm actually going to put their videos down below so you can check them out and hype them up because they are teaching you something totally different than I have. My thoughts about YouTube tutorials is that when you're watching an artist, you're not necessarily watching someone's channel to get from point A of a blank page to exactly like their point B of what you're painting. I feel like we follow and subscribe to certain artists, not just because we like our work, because we know our work is not going to look exactly like theirs, but what we do follow is their instruction. Now, some people really might like the way that Jenna Rainey teaches her watercolor florals, or the way that Christy Rice teaches her florals, or Sarah Cray. There's so many of us out there, but I can almost guarantee that if all of us artists were to try and create the same painting, we would all come up with completely different approaches in the way of explaining how to paint this certain tutorial. And that's part of the beauty about having so many options of different artists and styles on YouTube. So when it comes to painting similar subjects, I don't think that you can really steal a subject from anyone because really we're all kind of gathering inspiration from each other. And if it's not from each other, it's from nature. Now, this is something that has even happened to me, especially at the beginning of my YouTube journey. I remember that I had painted a lion for my YouTube channel, and some very loyal followers of another YouTuber had accused me of copying that creator's tutorial. And it was quite funny because I had never even seen that creator yet on YouTube. I was very new to the YouTube game, especially finding other artists, and I had never seen that video, but we had posted the same kind of tutorial, the same subject at around the same time, and it was completely by fluke. Now, these followers were pretty upset, and I tried to explain to them that I had never seen this creator's channel before, and I actually, once I watched it, fell in love with this creator and thought they were absolutely incredible. But what I think had happened is that we had both, maybe looked up a reference photo of a lion on Pinterest or Google and possibly use the same reference photo. If you do look at both of our tutorials, yes, they have, the same subject, maybe similar steps, but they're completely different in the way we approach teaching. They have one set way and I have another, and I think both are valuable and they will appeal to different audiences. So in my mind, that's where it really counts, is what kind of teaching style you bring to YouTube and to the table, and what kind of audience you're going to bring to your channel based on those teaching styles. But the difficult part here is really taking to a public platform and accusing artists of copying others when they're doing something as simple as like a poppy. I don't know how many of us artists on YouTube have painted or drawn a poppy before. Poppy is a poppy. It is part of nature. It's a flower. They're all going to look similar to some point. But really, when you're looking up a tutorial, you're not necessarily looking for the specific outcome. You're looking for a way that someone's going to teach you that's going to click and make sense, so you are the most successful in your artwork. So that is my take on stealing. I really hope to not ruffle many feathers. I hope you can see that it's coming from a good place. Now, when it comes to using my tutorials to paint your own cards or paintings, another thing, I've had a lot of people approach me and ask if it was okay to use paintings that they have done from my tutorials to create cards and sell them at, markets or whatever. And I am really appreciative that people have asked me, but I will make it known right here, right now, that I don't mind that if you use my tutorial on a floral bouquet or whatever it is, and you create a painting of it and you want to sell it at like a small market, I am totally okay with that. With that said, every artist may not feel that way, so always check in like you guys do with me. I really appreciate it, but I will say here right now that if you paint it, it is yours. Even if it is my composition or something you have learned from me, if you put it on paper, it is yours. Do whatever you want with it. Where I would draw the line is that if you took an exact composition of mine from a tutorial or whatever, and then you maybe approached a big company and licensed that pattern to them, that's where I think I would be like, that's a little touchy. I don't think I would necessarily support that. That would make me really uncomfortable. So I always encourage you to put your own spin on things. You can definitely take inspiration from color palettes or layouts and stuff like that and put your own spin on it. Please, that's just gonna develop your skills as an artist. But if it comes to, making cards or something for your own little market, you know what? You paint it, it's yours. I'm all for that. But again, check with other artists before you do the same, because they might feel differently. So I think that's all I have to say about that. I really hope that this isn't going to cause any kind of commotion in the comments. Please be kind to one another. I really appreciate your loyalty as followers and friends, and just know I want the best for all of us. But I hope that was a bit insightful, and yeah, please be kind to one another, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.